Hi everyone, my name is Electric Donkey, and today we are back on the Donkey's feedback type video. So in the previous videos, I don't know, at one point I reviewed this guy's games, or one of the games anyway. I believe it was the Asteroids type game, the rebuild, but it was one of the retro themed ones. Now, he was doing a set of 3 at the time, and I think that was the second of the third one. And basically, he's finished the third one and said, "Hey, could you review this for me?" So he sent it out to me, and it's basically Pacman, and it's called close to the original Pacman. So we'll have to see, try and pick out any differences that maybe he wants to change or not, but that'll be the goal. So anyway, hi, I've been working for a month or so on a game maker version of Pacman that I wanted to be as close to the original as possible. I've finally completed it today and present it to you before criticism or praise. Link to game and images below. So I've used this as a couple of projects to learn GML. So those people have obviously have obviously helped them out in the process. But today we are here to play the game. So there's a few little instructions here. So press space or enter to start the game. We'll need that. Cursor keys. Is that going to be the left, right sort of ones, or is that going to be the WASD? Technically, could be either. So escape for menu options. High score initial entry. I'm not quite sure what you mean there. It features all the elements of gameplay that the original had: fruits, stage progression, and difficulty high score table. I've even put an intermission. Bugs have been squished, but there may be a few lurking around, so basically that's our job to go and find them. Also, back up here, it's not perfect, and there are a couple of features that my current coding skill level just wouldn't let me have in game. I think that's meant to be me. I'm met there. Have in game, but on the whole, I'm very pleased and proud of the results. Okay, so let's go and have a look at booting up. Hopefully it's not going to do the annoying thing that it normally does when I try to open a project. No, it's just going to go. First off, this is something that I find rather annoying, and I guess this isn't really your fault, but this is just Game Maker's fault. Oops, don't know what happened there. I think I'm just going to leave that. But basically, if you put it in your default resolution, you get this weird like box thing. One way to get around this though for you is just to tick the full screen option. That is one way of going about it. Okay, I'm going to close that one down. Alright, so I think that was just the Vast checking in that first time. I'm not sure if that was a glitch on your part. I don't think so. So here we have this bit weird. This little picture here. Yeah, maybe slightly immersion breaking. It's not a big issue though, to be honest. So let's just press enter. I guess this is just what we do. Do we just okay, right. Let's go then. You see, I did notice then at the start that the timer did keep going up, even though we hadn't technically started. Not quite sure why that was, to be honest. Also, I seem to be noticing a bit of a lack of fluidity with the controls. I'm pressing the buttons way before I'm actually pressing them. Slight issue. You know, I'm turning not when I've pressed the button as such. As I say, it's not exactly a huge issue. Now this is where I do incredibly badly and get too concentrated in the game. So let's try and pick out some things that are different. Well, the thing on the side is definitely different. Having that Atari, well, not Atari, but yeah, Pacman thing on the side. Oh no. Is definitely something slightly different. Never had that before, and I've died. But in terms of glitches, I'm yet to find any. Actually, this seems rather fluid apart from the movement. The movement doesn't quite seem right. Now I'll give you an example. If I press up now, when I get to that end, I go up. Maybe this was intentional. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but for me, I don't like that. Also, as you can see here, I'm not actually playing, but my timer keeps going up, so maybe some sort of pause would be suitable, possibly. Just an idea. In terms of bugs and glitches, not really yet to find them. The art style is basically spot on. It's original, basically. What I would like to do though is I'd like to go for one of these things. I'm just gonna check they worked, and apparently they do. See, this is where the unresponsive kind of thing comes in, because I don't have to put any effort in whatsoever. I just need to put in a sequence of keys, and not even at the right time, to be quite honest. I think what I'm gonna say is that it is the original Pacman, to be honest, and can't fault you on that one. It is Pacman. Thing is though, I've played Pacman before, and Pacman's got pretty boring. And that's why it's died out, basically. Well, not died out, but it's not as popular as it was, definitely. Now, there's a reason, and that's because everything gets old, basically. And, you know, sure, for retro type themes and stuff, but for me, no, I don't like that. I want something new, and something different. So maybe, and this is just me having an idea here, but what you could do is you could involve kind of random level generation. I mean, that would be pretty cool. You could have the player, you could have a make your own sort of thing going on, so you could make your own levels, perhaps. That would be an idea. I'm just trying to think how you could improve it. Another thing that I would say is that the enemies don't feel as responsive as the old Pacman. You know, the old Pacman, you would, if you got eaten, you'd get eaten, and I never was very good at it. The old Pacman, that is, but this I seem to be quite a lot better at. Now I think that's because the ghost AI isn't as clever as it was in the actual thing. I'm not sure though. It could just be programmed differently. It might not necessarily be bad, but just different. And you know, that is fine, to be perfectly honest. Now I'm trying to figure out, because when I take these things, can I then eat them or not? It's a bit of a tricky one. So I'm gonna go give it a go, because I believe that was yeah. See, I thought that was the cherries. Now they might be the cherries, those things, but they obviously didn't look like cherries there. They don't really look like cherries, to be honest. I can't really see how you get that to look as cherries. But as I say, the difficulty does not feel as hard as it is in real Pacman. Now what happens then? So yeah, you pick your initials. Cursor keys to... right, okay. I guess pretty original, but okay. Apparently I was meant to press space there. Oh, okay, we're starting again. Unfortunately, we don't have time to do another round of that, but it's good. You know, it is Pacman, and saying it's close to the original, I'd say it's very, very close to the original. It's got very few bugs, and it works like it's meant to be. Problem is, I don't like what it's meant to be, and that is the long and short of it. And that I really don't want the old Pacman. I want something new that I can get your teeth in, you know. That doesn't mean that you should go out and make the next Infinite Warfare, because that definitely wasn't good. But we're not going to talk about that. But yeah, I'm saying make something new of it. Go, well, not new as such, but just make something that nobody else has really tried. So you're going down, you can see other people have made their own ones and made their own ones and made their own ones. And you know, Pacman's one of the most iconic games in history. So to make another version, it's got to be different. To make it unique, it's got to be unique. You know, it's got to stand out and it's got to be different. So just, if you're still going on it, make something new. Otherwise, you could just completely abandon it. If you said you're using it to learn, you know, if you went off and made something else, that'd be absolutely fine as well. You know, either way, you've learned from it. But I think you should develop it a little bit further. You know, get something a little bit different, because it'd be nice to see a Pac-Man with a bit of a twist, you know. But anyway, guys, that'll be the end of this video. If you liked it, remember to just like, you know, that would be pretty good. Subscribe, or just do whatever you guys want to do, and I'll talk to you in the next one.